Welcome in to the very first time. Definitely didn't mess up the intro to the Fantasy Football Game Show. Brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy and the Better Sports Network. What's going on? I am your host today, JL, joined by my very good friends, Tim Wright and Joey, also Wright sometimes. And we're joined by a special guest, our good friend of the show. He's an actor. He's a writer. He just be working Hollywood, working New York. We got Michael Stoyanov in the Fantasy Football Game Show. Play some pole perception today.
Call me Mike Wrong.
Mike Wrong.
Mike Wrong. Right. Great to be here, man. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate
Glad
it.
to have you back.
Anytime.
And speaking of having you back, we got Craig, the chat historian in the chat, says today's guest is making his fourth appearance on FYF, and he's 1-1-1 in games. In August, I hosted Pole Perception. I tied with Josh first and beat Simon. So we got you back on for Pole Perception today to right that humiliation, Michael.
Well, we'll have to have the historians look into that. I remember it as I thought I won that one, but and I definitely won Jeopardy because you guys were so nice.
Yeah.
I show up to play Jeopardy. One of the categories is literally all about Mike Stoyanov. So, and fun fact, I missed one. I missed a real freaking easy one. So I caught a lucky break and I edged out Joey that day, but you guys were extra nice by giving me a category. This is going to be a lot harder. I don't know what people think. I barely know what I think. So, like, this is going to be rough. I'm
You're in the right place.
Well, all the polls about you today.
Mm-hmm. All the polls are that I sourced from the internet.
No. I bet second place then for me. I locked it up pretty good.
We got some people here in the chat. We got Albert in here. Said hello, everyone. What up, Albert?
What's up, buddy?
Welcome
Good
in.
to see you.
Sir?
We got One Nation said, what up? What up, Nation? We got Damon here said, yo. Happy, beautiful Tuesday.
My fellow Krusty Burger from SFB 13 division.
Oh, nice. You got that competition, that heat. Because Dame made it to the
finals,
top 8 or something last year.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah. You're playing with royalty this year.
He hasn't broken that out yet, but I'm going to.
He's pulling Uncle Phil. We got a Team Joey from Dustin in the chat. And Craig says, as usual, I will check. I'm only
not necessary. There's no money involved here.
I tried to call Craig out 2 weeks ago on a stat, and he was right. I was wrong. The just verbal abuse I got through a text message from him. Like, everything's Craig's nice. Guys, don't cross Craig or ever question him. You don't want to be on the other side of him. It's just bad news.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets a little too savage. It just really goes for whatever you're most insecure about.
Yeah, never mind. I'll take the tie. Yeah, you know what? I'm now.
Don't even look into it, please.
Like, why bring my pets into it? Like, seriously, and the dead ones at that. Like, come on, Craig.
Oh no!
Leave
be
it
better.
alone,
Let's
Craig.
be better.
Leave it alone. Well, speaking of traumatic experiences, we got a game of Pole Perception for you all today. If this is your first time joining us, hit that subscribe button and buckle up. Here you go. We got a game Pole Perception. This is our first game ever that we ever created, ever thought of or conceptualized. It works kind of similar to no other game you've ever played before, but each round is it started out with me going and getting 7 polls from around the internet. And now I'm going to present these polls to each of these contestants. And for each poll, one of the contestants is going to set the line. I may ask him what percentage of the public chooses Saquon Barkley over DeAndre Hopkins in this poll.
85. I don't know.
85%. So the other contestants are going to have to choose then over or under the line set by the first contestant, in this case, Tim. If they guess it correctly, they're going to get 2 points. But if the first contestant guessing the percentage, they're going to get points based off of how close they are to the actual percentage. The other contestants are going to get points for whether they correctly guess the over/under in that poll. We're going to go like that, back and forth, until we get to our final poll where each of the contestants is going to write down their percentage guess. Whoever's closest is going to win. Whoever has the most points is going to win, is what I should have said.
Three-way tie. Three-way tie.
In the interest of unity.
Yeah.
I'm playing for the tie, guys.
Playing for the tie.
I haven't won in a couple days. I'm feeling like I need to. I was robbed of a puzzle yesterday.
Oh
yeah.
I was 300 away from Julia, and so I was like, "Oh, we're gonna end the game," and I'm like, "Put a short puzzle up."
He's like, "I don't have any." All right. Well, the turn order for today's show, poll perception, is gonna be Joey, followed by Michael, followed by Tim.
It's funny. My middle name is Michael, but my last name's not Tim. It would have been my full name. But
I thought Joey was your middle name.
It would be a really weird last name. Just Tim.
Hey, it's
Joey
not
Michael
weird.
Tim.
It's a great as a first name. I'm just saying.
Last name
sounds like an actor from the 90s that was only in the teen movies.
I probably know that.
Joey
guy.
Michael Tim.
You're talking about it quite yet, but.
All right, let's get into our game of poll perception. Joey, first one is yours.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. This poll, Dynasty. Pick a side.
Okay.
Puka Nacua and James Cook, or Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes.
Joey, tell me, what percentage of the public you think chose side A in this poll? Puka Nacua plus James Cook.
Listen, I'm very happy with Puka Nacua. It's very exciting. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a once in a 5 years, we'll say, wide receiver talent until next year when Harrison Jr. comes in. So I think side B is going to win this. James Cook doesn't really do much for me in this poll. Him with Puka. I'm going to, there's so much love for Puka. I'm going to go higher than I want to go, and I'm going to say 37% side A.
37% side A, locking that in.
Yeah, even that feels too high, but people are crazy in love with Puka, and I get it. He's, 25 receptions through the first 2 games? It's insane.
35, I think.
Is it like even more than I
thought? Sorry, receptions. I was thinking targets.
Oh, yeah, the targets were out of control. So, yeah. 37% for me.
All right, 37%. That is locked in. Michael, was the actual percentage over, under, or exactly even with Joey's guess of 37% for side A?
First of all, Craig has confirmed that I was right. I'm 2-1. My new best friend,
the historians are all Craig.
Actually went back into the archives and came up with some good news for me. Second of all, when was this poll conducted? Can we get the dates of the poll, please?
Yes, I will give you the dates. If you give me 1 second. All of these should be within the last couple days. This one specifically was within the last 2 days.
And you're saying 37% went with A.
Went with side A in this poll. Yeah,
I gotta go. I'm going over.
Do you think the actual percentage is over 30?
I think more people in the last couple weeks, looking at Dynasty or otherwise, would be like, give me that A, give me that sweet side A.
Give me that A. Give me that A.
Definitely got to land on that.
All right, lock it in the over. Tim, do you think the actual percentage is over or under?
Yeah, my heart is sending the over. I could see it still being pretty low because JSN is one of those talents, but I've been high on James Cook for a while. He's looking like he's putting it together at this point. So I love him. I love that he's on my teams winning me games now. And then Puka, come on, man. Give me those targets. Give me those receptions. Give me the over.
Oh, the double over. You reverse split the room, Joey. We got some guesses here in the chat somewhere. We got 29%.
From 29 to 83, I'm seeing up here.
29%.
Yeah,
we got
that's
30.
Puka.
30.
He's making people crazy.
I got to tell you guys, it was tough finding Puka-less polls. Had to be careful about how I said that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
enunciation.
Misstep there. I could have said anything. We got 83% from Dustin here in the chat.
Yeah,
some good guesses. Good guesses. All right, Joe, you guessed 37% of people chose side A in this poll, which is Puka Nacua and James Cook for Jackson Smith and Jigba. The actual percentage was 53%.
That's too high.
Joey putting you 16 percentage points
away.
Yes! Which is 0 points. And you will gift 2 points to Tim and Michael here for correctly guessing the over.
A Saturday before week 1, it would have been 15%.
Easy.
It's all about timing on that one.
All about the timing. Michael, how are you feeling about Puka Nacua? You said the hype is unreal. You think he's going to come back down to earth, or is he just going to stay up there in the ceiling?
Who, me?
You.
I mean, he's obviously talented. I hesitated because when Cooper Kupp comes back, everything's going to change. And but they're playing way, way better than I thought on both sides of the ball. So I was lucky enough to get Kyren Williams in all three of my home leagues. And I'm thank God, because on a bit of a somber note, I had Nick Chubb in one league, and that was just devastating as a fan and as a fantasy person, but mostly just as a human being and a fan of the sport and a fan of the person. That was rough. So I think Puka is going to have a really good year. Is he a rookie? Yeah, he's a rookie. He could be there for offensive rookie of the year. They love him. Stafford has his arm back. They're going to get another weapon. Kyren Williams that team is shocking. Yeah. The way they played against San Francisco after what San Francisco did to Pittsburgh, it was God damn. I thought that the game was going to be 45-0.
I love that about the offseason.
Puka's get him if you can. I'm 10 days too late to tell anyone that. I like Puka.
Tim, how are you feeling about Puka Nacua? Because I think we've heard, Joey and I have been talking about him all week. And I'm curious to hear what your opinion is on him.
The Rams is one of those situations where there's so many uncertainties and we're finally getting some clarity on it. Stafford was the biggest question mark in the offseason, if he's going to be okay. Obviously, the targets have to go somewhere. That's how Stafford plays. So Puka's been absorbing those. And I think the way he's been playing, that's going to give the Rams the opportunity to give Cooper Kupp a little bit of rest. There's no reason to rush him back if you've got a guy that can be Stafford's guy that understands the feel of that offense. So I think he's going to be a great player for the whole season. And then Dynasty, man, he's one of those guys that's a find. I love it. I'm very excited.
If everyone stays healthy, that's a playoff team. I think I'll go on record right now as saying I think they're going to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Yeah. I love that point, Tim, because I think most people are looking at this from the angle of how Cooper Kupp's going to negatively affect Puka Nacua. But you bring up a great point, is that it doesn't necessarily mean that the number of opportunities in that offense is set, right? Them bringing Cooper Kupp back might create just more opportunities for both.
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone's saying he's going to fall off a cliff when Kupp comes back. Look at what in the very brief window when he was healthy, what OBJ was doing, lining up alongside. There are numbers there. If Stafford is going to be great, and I think he's going to be viable, a Higgins-esque sort of wide receiver too, on his team. There's going to be looks for him for sure.
Yeah, and I think you're referring to Better Boss's chat comments. So when Kupp returns and Stafford gets hurt, Nakua's value will drop off a cliff. I think the opportunities almost certainly will go down. He's leading the all wide receivers by 100%. Targets by over 10 targets right now. That'll come back down. But the fact that he's showing us what he can do with those targets right out of the gate should give some confidence to Sean McVay and that offense for when Cooper Kupp does come back. He's likely not going to have to fight for as many opportunities as he would have if he didn't have this time without Cooper Kupp. So
and you look at go ahead, Joey.
I would say the second part of Better Boss's message is if Stafford gets hurt, I would be much more worried about Puka Nacua if Stafford got hurt. Then I think you would see his value fall a little bit more.
Yeah,
when Kupp comes back, I think they can coexist. I think that first week, it was is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Are they going to be able to work together? And you can't deny his talent.
You can't. You could try, but you can't. He said, "Move Nacua now. Best time to sell." I am not against that. Actually, I fully agree with that. I think it is the best time to sell.
Anyone with a start that hot is you might as well investigate what his value is on the open market. That's for sure. Still, though, I think that guy is likely to give you really good stats all year. So
both can be true.
Get a great deal if you're going to.
Yeah.
And you probably
Shoot
can.
for the moon.
And you probably can, which is a great point.
Yeah.
And Dustin in here said Cup and Puka play different roles. Still plenty of targets to feed both of them. Yeah. Great point. Great point. All right. We're going to get into our next poll here. Michael and Tim, you guys are off to a hot start. 2 points each. Joey.
Could you put a 0 next to my name so I feel even better about my score? Thank you.
No, 0 is reserved for for people who get points.
I just want to answer Scott Fish's question real fast. It says,
"Oh yes, this made me giggle." He said,
"When you're on a set for a show, do you ever wonder why JL hasn't called me for a while?" And like, obviously, I do think about that all the time, but I don't know. That is a great question. Like, I'm much more equipped to talk about, like, you know, the top 50 or so position players in the NFL right now. He's inscrutable, JL. I don't know why he doesn't call you back, buddy.
I don't know.
I would call you back in a second for what it's worth.
That's a dangerous offer. That's a dangerous offer, Michael. It'll just never stop. It's 3 a.m. Scott Fish just giggling on the other line. I can sleep, man.
That'd be terrifying. He just calls and starts giggling.
But it's a Scott Fish giggle, so
yeah, you gotta allow that.
All right, let's get into our next poll here. Michael, this one is yours. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Who would you rather have rest of season in fantasy football? Jordan Love or Justin Fields? What percentage of the public chose Jordan Love?
And this was just a couple days ago?
This was, I believe, yesterday. I can tell you in one moment.
Okay, that's so crucial because the difference between Friday and Monday on that one is, I think, and you're kind of a dick because I'm from Chicago, so I don't right now. I'm going to say, so how many people do I think would rather have Love?
Yeah, how many people chose side A in this poll?
For redraft, rest of season, fantasy football, Jordan Love over Fields after week 2, 68.
68%. Final answer? Locking that in? Mixing up names here. 68% locked in. All right, Tim. Is the actual percentage over, under, or exactly even with Michael's guess of 68%?
I think that's a great guess. I was living in the 60s right there. Gosh. Yeah.
Great decade.
Yeah, it was. I just got back from a music festival. I'm feeling that. So, gosh, what a weird situation where we live in where this poll is relevant and Jordan Love should win this. Justin Fields has looked pretty lost. The Bears just don't look good. Hopefully they can turn it around, but I don't know. I think that's a great guess. So I'm going to Queen Bee it, baby. 68.
Queen Bee by Tim. Going for the glory. I think I forgot to mention in the rules that if the contestant guesses Queen Bee are exactly right, they will also get 10 points, similar to the contestant if they get it exactly right. But otherwise, they'll get 0 points. All right, Joey. Is the actual percentage over, under, exactly even with Michael's guess of 68%?
I do think it's a good guess. I think it's going to be a little under, though. Just a little bit.
Under. All right. Locking in the under. And we got some guesses here in the chat. We got 65% from Craig, 58% from Scampers, 28% from Dame, and 36% from Albert.
Wow.
Some good guesses. Let me pull this poll back up. It's Puka poll. It's non-Puka poll. Who would you rather have rest of the season in fantasy football, Jordan Love or Justin Fields? Michael, you think 68% of people chose Jordan Love in this poll. Tim thinks you are exactly right, and Joey, you think the actual percentage is under that guess.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Still a good guess. Just under.
Well, the actual percentage of people who chose side A in this poll was 58%. Scampers nailed it exactly.
Nice.
Right. Nice, Scampers.
Crushed
58%. Michael, you are 10 percentage points away, which means you're going to get 3 points for this poll. Tim, I'm sorry, but it was a valiant effort. I thought
he said 58, so that's why I couldn't be.
I thought I said 58 too.
Yeah, that's what
I know.
So weird.
Run it back.
My hearing must be messed up. And Joey, you were going to get 2 points on this one. Well done.
All right.
Yeah, I think if someone would have showed us this poll, even like a month and a half ago,
Yeah,
we would have lost our minds.
2 weeks ago, people would have lost their
Exactly.
minds.
I think even after in between weeks 1 and week 2, it's still more than 50% for Fields.
They need to make a Back to the Future movie just about going 2 weeks in the future of the NFL and watch Marty's head explode. Like, it's ridiculous. Some of the, I mean, just look at this. Like 2 weeks ago, like, oh man.
What has stood out to you guys for Jordan Love? Because I think why this poll is so ridiculous is we have both sides are different than our expectations, right? Jordan Love is significantly better than what we were all expecting, and Justin Fields is significantly worse than we were expecting. Is that the right way that these arrows should be pointing? Do you guys think that Jordan Love should be picked over Justin Fields?
I'm not there yet.
Well, to be fair, Justin Fields doesn't get to play the Bears, and Jordan Love
yes,
did.
it's true.
So that might be helping a
on
little bit.
The Bears. Like, it's a whole different situation. Seems similar, but it really isn't. I actually didn't think – I thought Love was going to be fairly capable this year. I mean, I think he's overachieving even in my estimation. And I think that, like, even better days are ahead when he doesn't have Watson yet. And, like, there's a more to come. I just think I liked his – I mean, first to be able to, like, be under the wing of Aaron Rodgers, even if that guy's not going to be – super like let me come and teach you, but like more you get to learn by watching, like, and he had lots of time and he looked all right last year, and but yeah, he's doing really, really good. And I think that Fields' problem is what everyone's problem in Chicago is, which is the management and the coaching. Like, I mean, he's partly to blame and he's partly needs to pick it up, but I still probably, push comes to shove, and Dynasty would prefer Fields, but man, it's getting closer with every breath I take.
I love that. Yeah, I think Connie in here is echoing that sentiment. It says Fields is playing bad, but why isn't Lugetzi running more design, running plays for Fields?
100%.
Yeah, the coaching that you were referring to, Michael, there just not making a ton of sense. What would you do, Tim, differently if you're running the Bears?
God, I don't know.
Move from Chicago.
Yeah, get out of there.
Would you grow your mustache back?
Yeah, well,
if you were coaching the Bears, you'd have to, right?
I would have to. I shaved it this morning because I had an egg and cheese sandwich, and I hate when the cheese gets in the stash. It's just gross.
So you shave it every time you eat an egg and cheese.
I meant to shave the rest of it, but then
it's like second lunch.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's right. You got to get him. I think you need to get him moving outside the pocket with DJ Moore. I don't think you have to make plays that are easy enough for him to read right out of the gate. So design some short openings and get him comfortable. I don't know what you can't force him to try and understand defenses right now. I don't think so. I think he needs some confidence back. So yeah, that's what I do.
Some things take time. Some things do take time. The Bears have been making moves that have put the leverage in their favor. I think we're going to see just broad improvement from them, but sometimes it just doesn't happen as quickly as we want it to, and I think that's what we're experiencing here with Fields in Chicago. We got Carlos
a little more of that money in the offseason and signed the tackle from Cincinnati who wanted out, who briefly wanted a new situation. They probably could have gotten him. I think that would have made a big difference.
Or re-signed Roquan Smith and not let him go away.
Exactly. Or I think they could have had Carter. They could have drafted Jalen Carter with their second pick. We have a lot of armchair moves for them.
Yeah. That's all of our moves. That's how we play this game. We got Carlos in the chat that just tuning in. Is JL losing yet? Always, buddy. Always. I stay losing. And we got Herm said, worse offensive coordinator, Matt Canada or Luke Getsy? What do you guys think?
Canada's not doing great.
Yeah. Right now it's Matt Canada. Ask me again next week.
Yeah.
We got a question in here from Matt before we get on to our next poll asking, would you guys trade Higgins, Deshaun Watson, and CeeDee Lamb for Jamar Chase, Patrick Mahomes, and Drake London?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean,
not even hesitating.
If you're the person getting Chase, Mahomes, and London, you should stop watching the show right now and finalize that deal.
Yeah. Wow. What?
That sounds awesome for you.
You're upgrading 100% Chase over Higgins, and then definitely Mahomes over Watson. Yeah, you're going to lose on the Lamb for London side. Yeah, you're going to lose on that side, but I guess you could even.
I mean, Chase and Higgins have
flip it.
It's more like Chase over Lamb, Mahomes over Watson, and London and Higgins. I mean, Higgins right now by a little bit, but that's close. And like, hopefully, London. They both put up zeros week 1, actually. So and they both scored this week. So
I think they're within a similar.
Go get Chase Mahomes in London. Go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
2 big wins, and you're taking a smaller loss, but 2 huge wins on this trade.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's a solid trade. All right, let's get into our next bowl. Tim, this one is yours. You ready?
Yep. Did you update the scores though? You don't have to touch mine.
I did not.
If you don't want, I mean, you could add some points. That'd be cool.
Let's see who got the points last time.
It's all fun. It's not all that important, but I should have 7 just in case. We are keeping track.
I should have 2.
It's fun, but I do have 7. I don't know why it says 2.
That's right. Tim got 0. Michael, you got 3 percentage points for being 10 percentage points away, and Joey, you're gonna get 2.
Okay, I'll take that. So I should have 5.
So it'll be 2 to 5 to 2. All right. Where was I?
Sitting in a chair, talking into a microphone and a camera.
In Baltimore, Maryland. Yep, you're right.
There you go.
All right.
I didn't want to disclose where you were
completely. So it's very public all the time. Is Jerome Ford worth using the number 1 waiver wire priority on? No or yes? What percentage of the public chose no? He is not worth using it on.
Man, I mean, he looked good, over 100 yards. I'm still so sad for Chubb. That is just heartbreaking. He's such a good dude. Heart hurts for that, but
best pure honor in the NFL.
Yeah, fantasy community has to push Ford. I think Ford did look good. Watching him on the bench there, it looked like he was trying to take it all in. He looked a little bit overwhelmed with what was happening, but I think he came out well. I know I'm spending fab on him to try and get him in a couple of my leagues. So right now, best running back out there, I'd give it a shot. So I would say slightly yes. Given it percentage wise, I'll say make it close to the middle. We'll say 45% said no.
45% said no. Locking that in?
Yeah.
All right. Joey was the actual percentage who chose side A in this poll. No, Jerome Ford is not worth using the number 1 waiver wire priority on. Was it over, under, or exactly even with Tim's guess of 45%?
I'm also some Puka's gone. You can't take Puka.
For me, it's gonna be under because I think he's absolutely worth the number 1 waiver priority on. He's gonna have a tough matchup this week, but after that, he should be good. I don't think Cleveland really should go out and get Kareem Hunt or bring him back, I should say, or anyone else. And if they have in the last 45 minutes, I'm not aware of it. It's going to be under for me.
All right, Joey locking in the under. Michael, was the actual percentage over, under, exactly even with Tim's guess of 45%?
Well, I think I'm gonna go with Joey and go under. I am a little concerned because Hunt makes so much goddamn sense. Mm-hmm. Like, why? He knows the system, he knows the team. Like this is a team. Like, I don't understand what the Jets are doing if they don't go get a better quarterback. They could be in the conference championship, like with a halfway decent QB. I think I'm just a little concerned that Ford is. I mean, I'm going to go with under. I like Ford's talent. I'm just going to go with under and stop talking.
I'm afraid Hunt burned the bridge, and I think that's why. If he doesn't come back, that's why. I don't think it has to do with his talent. I think he burned a bridge there from everything I'd heard today.
Interesting. He did raspberry sounds as he left.
Every time he left a running back room, he just farted on his way out, and so
he graffitied his locker really badly.
Yeah,
with really uninteresting art.
Never wore shower shoes. Just really bad locker room presence.
He took a bunch of free Diet Pepsis on his way out.
Yeah,
members only. You're officially not on. You're a free agent. Put those back.
His real name is Gerald.
Gerald.
Oh God.
All right. We got 2 unders. You reverse split the room, Tim. Well done. That's quite an accomplishment today.
Perfect.
On your guess of 45%. We got some guesses here in the chat. We got 20% from Craig, 21% from Connie, and 23% from Herms, and then 4% from Scampers. Very low.
Ooh, I don't feel great.
Way lower than the others. That's not great. All right, let's pull up this poll. Tim, you guessed 45% of people chose no. Jerome Ford is not worth using the number one waiver wire priority on. Joey and Michael both chose the under. The actual percentage chose side A was 33%.
Okay.
33%, which is a reasonable distance away, Tim. That's going to give you 1 point because you were 12 percentage points away, which still puts you within 15. So it's going to get the 1 point. And then Joey and Michael, you both correctly guessed the over-under, giving you 2 points each. Decently scoring game.
Can I gripe and complain about this poll really fast?
Yeah, do the yes and no.
Yes and no. Tim, 100%. Switch the yes and no around. It's very confusing for us on this show. If you're making a poll, always yes first. Thank you.
It's just so tricky.
I will say.
So terrible.
The poll maker did put yes first.
So my beef is with you then, JL.
Your beef is with me.
The poll maker doesn't host game shows. Like, he doesn't know what the viewers want to see.
Exactly.
He knows what he's doing. That was scintillating.
Thank you. Michael gets
That's why I went so high.
Exactly. You added a level of confusion to it, and people were delighted to check that out.
Yeah, it's not my fault you're bad at this game, Joey. You have to take that up with your mother, probably.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, what did she have to do with it?
I don't know. She raised you. Didn't we all learn how to be good at poll perception from our moms? Let me update the scores real quick. Let's see. Joe, you're going to go up to 4 with that as an additional 2 points. Michael, you're going to go up to 7. And Tim, you are in this game. 3, my friend.
Points.
All right.
Points. Watching Jerome Ford this week, what stood out to you guys? Do you feel like he is someone who can use these performances to actually be fantasy relevant, or is this just a opportunity for him, like a flash in the pan opportunity for him?
I mean, first, he is the reason Brian Robinson left Alabama, right? Like he transferred his senior year because Ford was beating him out for touches, and that wasn't going to stop. So he's got talent for sure. I think they're going to mix strong more. They're going to see more strong. I do think they'll probably sign someone. You know, if they get to 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, they're probably going to bring someone in before the trade deadline. But I mean, he's got the ability to be a starting running back. Maybe not a superstar running back, but my opinion, he's good enough to start.
Yeah. What do you think, Joey? What did you see while you were watching Jerome Ford?
I saw him running a very, very long distance, and then they put Pierre Strong in because he was trying to catch his breath. I think Jerome Ford is for now, he's the real deal in Cleveland. Is as real as we're going to probably get. If they bring in Leonard Fournette, it's going to break my heart for any Jerome Ford managers out there.
Cam Akers.
Well, not so much. I think Ford can beat out Cam Akers at this point in both their careers. I'm just the anti-Cam Akers guy, though. It'll be interesting. I do think Ford is worth that number one waiver priority this week. I would use up to 60% of my fab on him, honestly. I'm confident.
What if you need help at running back and wide receiver, but Nico Collins is there?
Oh, take Nico.
I would whatever need I need more. I'd probably go Nico over Ford. I mean, I think Nico was scooped up in a lot of leagues.
Mm-hmm. Stroud definitely has rookie lock on him. Yep. So that's going to be a pretty good year for him, is my guess.
Yeah.
Caught fish. We'll trade them Madison.
Nice try. And then Scamper said Joey's mom wrote the poll.
No.
She did. How do you know?
Not into that.
Speaking of Scampers, we had a question for him in here. It said, half PPR, I have Chubb, Barkley, David Montgomery, and Zach Charbonnet. I was offered Breece Hall and Khalil Herbert for my Kyron Williams, and offering some additional context. He said, oops, I also have Javonte. So Javonte Williams. What do you guys think about that trade? I would make it.
I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would take Breece just for Kyron.
Yeah, same. I was saying, I had read it and then I thought about it. Yeah.
Reese is the temptation. It's a little, I hate it. Like because of course you get that trade like this week and it's like, well, but I quite know what Kyren is yet. Like, and we also don't know how close. I mean, Brees looks amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy how good he is as a runner.
So good.
But like Kyren is also like poised in redraft. Like I think I would stick with Kyren. Just because that looks like he's going to have an amazing year on a team that's surprising the shit out of everything.
Getting scoring opportunities.
Yeah, I can't believe how good they're playing. I'll say that again.
And Scampers, I do now see with Chubb, Barkley, and Monty all going to miss time. This trade makes 100% sense for you.
Oh yeah, that makes
and I
sense.
think you're making away like a bandit.
Yeah. That's a great point, Joey. We got Brainburst in the air. Said if you saw JL from across the bar, how much fab would you spend on a date with him? For bonus points, give me your best pickup line to catch JL's interest. How much fab you spending, Tim?
I give you 90% because you're the only 10 I need.
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything. That was good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Modified.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I just want to game.
None of us do. And they said follow-up here is that Brainburst picked up Jerome Ford about 20 minutes before the game time in our SFB league. Well done. Well done. It's too bad you're still going to lose anyway. All right, let's get into our next poll here. Joey, we are back to you.
Yes, let's go. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I am.
Who would you rather in a full PPR rest of season? DeAndre Swift or Jerome Ford? What percentage of the public chose DeAndre Swift?
This poll, I'm assuming it was today.
No
from today.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. Because from last night, after the Chubb injury, I'm saying is what I was curious. It would make sense. Okay. I am going to go 65% DeAndre Swift.
65% DeAndre Swift, locking that in.
Oh man, no, I need to go higher. 70%.
70%, locking that in.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock that in.
Okay, 70% is locked.
To go higher on your 65. Now I gotta rethink here.
Oh, Michael, before you go, I'm gonna introduce a new mechanic here. So now, going forward in this round, I'm gonna introduce a double or nothing mechanic. Instead of just the over under, you'll be able to say way over or way under. Which, so if you choose to elect, Joey's throwing me off with the mechanic giggles. I completely lost my train of thought the minute you started giggling, and all I've thought about the whole time was my mechanic. All right, let me start this again. We're gonna introduce a double or nothing mechanic. Instead of just over under, we're gonna do way over and way under. If you think that your opponent is way off, more than 15 percentage points, then you can say way over, way under, and you're going to get 4 points instead of 2. But if they are not more than those 15 percentage points away, then you're going to get no points.
Well, that's definitely not going to come into play on this one because I think he's right. He's right on there. He's right around this. The whole poll took place today, right?
Yes.
So everyone who answered the poll should have had the knowledge of what happened last night. Okay. I'm going to go.
Or they woke up and opened Twitter and clicked on a poll.
I'm going to go under, but I think he's achingly close on this one.
All right, locking in the under. Tim.
Yeah, I was going the same route.
Same route.
Just close. Swift looked good, but yeah, I think it is under. Yeah, it's got to be.
There's so many avenues for either of these sides to be right. Like it's
right. There's the Swift stands who are like
it's a great selection of a poll, JL.
Yeah, this was really good. I think that one of the concerns that's going to push him a little lower is Gainwell and Scott and just the ability of that offense in general, like around Swift is going to dampen his production a little.
Right.
If he had stuck at 65, I might have gone over. Like you're so close on this. I honestly think.
All right. Well, Chad has an opinion. They said 60% from Dustin. We got 41% from Scampers and 61% from Craig. Good guesses in the chat. All right. DeAndre Swift, Jerome Ford. Joey, you said 70% of people chose side A in this poll, and we got a double under from Michael and Tim. The actual percentage of people who chose side A was 57%.
13, almost a way under.
Almost a way under. So, Joe, you were 13 percentage points away, which means you're going to get 1 point in this. And Michael and Tim, each got 2. Well done. Well done. That's going to give, so it's going to be 5-9 to 5. Which side, you guys are all 3 taking the DeAndre Swift side?
I think so. I think Cleveland is going to have to sign somebody. So that is going to dampen Ford a little bit. And Swift was non-existent week 1, but he looked good week 2. So hopefully they realize that he's decent enough. That offense should just cruise pretty well until they hit the Cowboys. So I take DeAndre Swift.
I mean, the whole situation with him is health. Like he's arguably, rather easily arguably, as talented as Miles Sanders. So like, why wouldn't he do what he did and then also add some touchdowns and probably catch more? Like it's just, if they're going to do this, like he could be an absolute beast. But how many of us have said that about DeAndre Swift in the past, and then just being like, "Well, thanks for making me look like."
Where is he?
So, but I mean, I would.
We got a question in here from Unruly Drip. Before we get into our next poll, it's Jordan Addison and Breece Hall for Chris Olave in full PPR. Which side are you guys taking on that?
For redraft?
This is
I mean, redraft. I'm going to stick with Olave.
I take Addison and Breece.
Yeah,
honestly. I mean, Michael Thomas was.
I can see
around. That. He was around it last, or was that?
He was annoyingly so.
Target machine, he's back, baby, Michael Thomas.
The second quarter, I was like, oh, okay, so Michael Thomas is going to be David Carr's favorite. Like that's Derek Carr. David Carr. I'm a real old man. But I still think Olave, like just you see him make a catch like that, and you're like, same with like Garrett Wilson's catch 2 weeks ago. You're like, holy God, that's like just a next level ability, like this guy possesses, and like, Olave didn't lose his QB, so he should be a stud. But you're right, man. Shaheed is good, like that. I probably would be too hasty to hit the reject button, but maybe I should think this through. I could see both sides, but I would lean Olave.
Yeah, Vikings are going to score points. It's going to come from somebody.
If this is a 10-team league, I'm a little more open to this trade. But in a regular 12-team PPR league, I'm going to stick with Addison and Breece.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, let's get into our next poll. This is a close game. Anybody can win it.
Not bad.
All right, Michael, this one is yours. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, 12-team Superflex PPR. Which side would you rather roster? Quentin Johnston or Puka Nacua? What percentage of the public chose Quentin Johnston in this poll?
When was this poll? I'm sorry, I always have to ask that. Literally, like if it's difference between a couple of days could be 30 percentage points in my mind.
This poll was asked on the 17th.
Okay, and what's the lowest? If I'm 10 or more away, I get. If I'm 11 points off, I don't get any points, right?
So if you're within, if you're exactly right, you'll get 10. If you're within 5, you'll get 3 points. I'm sorry, I messed that up already.
I think you're right.
If you get exactly right, you get 10. If you're within 5, you get 5. If you're within 10, you get 3. And if you're within 15, you get 1. There we go.
Good job.
All right, I'm gonna.
You guys are making me remember everything today.
I'm gonna say 6%.
6%?
Yes.
Okay, locking that in?
Yeah.
It's actually a really good guess.
I know.
Percent. Michael locked in. Tim, the actual percentage over, under, exactly even, or way over, or way under?
Can I go way under? Can I guess? I think it's negative. I think it's a great guess. Usually I have to imagine that 5% of any poll is on one side, so 6 is solid.
Yeah.
I think maybe 1 out of 10 people at least would take Quentin Johnston just for the opportunity. I mean, we talked about the uncertainty about Puka when Kupp returns if Stafford goes down. So I think there is there are a few people that will say maybe 1 in 10 people think that it should be Quentin Johnston. So that gives me 10%. So I'll say slightly over. I think it's very low, though. I think it's very low.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly over. All right. Slightly over.
I'm going to go over.
Not an option. You're going to take the over.
Just the regular old over.
All right. So the double over on Michael's guess of 6% on this poll. And we got some guesses here in the chat. We got 11% from Scampers, 5% from Dame, 15% from Craig. Yeah, I think the other ones were from the... Yeah, they have to be. All right. Well, this poll. Which side would you rather roster, Quentin Johnston or Puka Nacua? Michael, you guessed 6% chose side A. We got a double over from Michael and Tim. The actual percentage was...
Dude, if it's 6, that'd be so cool.
31%.
What?
Wow.
Really?
That's crazy. There's no way this poll was conducted yesterday.
No, it was conducted 2 days ago.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you're outside 15 percentage points on this one. So 0 points on this one. Joey and Tim, you're going to each get 2 points.
All right.
Well done.
Throwing a little closer. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's going to bring the score to 7-9 And we're going to roll right in. Go ahead, Michael.
7-9-7.
I said it's so close.
Oh, whoops. You're right, Tim. It's 7? You have 7.
I have 7.
7-7-9.
7-9-7. I think, yeah. All right. Let's roll into our last poll because we're running a little low on time here. Tim, this one's yours.
Got it.
You can only keep 2 in Dynasty. Who are you cutting? Marvin Mims, Jerry Jeudy, or Puka Nacua?
Oh.
What percentage of the public chose Marvin Mims in this poll?
Oh boy, rookie fever. How are we feeling? Pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Split these bad boys down the middle. Who's getting cut? I feel like the hot fever is going to have Jerry Jeudy get cut, but I don't know if that should be correct. We'll say in Dynasty. Good Lord. I will cut Marvin Mims about 30% of the time out of these guesses. Yeah, we'll lock in 30.
All right, 30% from Tim. Joey, you think the actual percentage is over, under, way over, or way under? Or exactly even with Tim's guess of 30%?
I think Tim's guess is good. I'm still going to go way over, though, just for gamesmanship. Yeah.
Gamesmanship. Which is
yeah,
what exactly?
Way over.
Way over.
It'll be 46.
It's an old wooden ship.
Solid. Even though it's a common reference, I didn't expect you to say it in that moment. So
yeah. I didn't expect myself to say it either, JL. We're both surprised as hell right now.
Michael, do you think the actual percentage who chose side A in this poll, Marvin Mims, was over, under, way under, exactly even with Tim's guess of 30%?
How many points does he get for going way over? 5?
He'll get 4 points if he gets it correct, but 0 points if Tim is not.
Oh, see, I can play for the tie or I can play for the win. I think this is actually an A or B question. I think the people that would cut Puka at this point in Dynasty are like, that's practically 0. So it comes down to a choice of Mims and Jeudy. And I think it's going to be closer to 50-50. I just am trying to decide if I want to go for just balls out and go way over and just ruin Joey's day and eliminate any possibility.
Well, there's still a final. There's still one more to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll go straight up over then.
Straight up over.
Yeah.
That way I can get 2 and he'll get 4. We'll be tied.
You both can't score because he did way over. If he doesn't hit his way over.
Oh, but what?
Oh wait, yeah. Never mind.
You're right.
I'm stupid. Forget what I said.
You scared the shit out of me.
Well, I know Joey's wrong, so he's not
21's no good.
I could very well be wrong.
21. It's like, wait, what?
I would need to hit 46, right?
Yeah.
To be way over. Okay.
Oh yeah, you do. All right, so yeah, I'm locked in it over.
All right, locking in the over. On Tim's guess here of 30% chose Marvin Mims. We got some guesses here in the chat. We got 15% from Craig, I think. 33% from Scampers, and we got 20% from Craig. All right, so the other one was his old guess, I'm guessing, or he updated it. 20% or 33%. Surround your guess, Tim. It's got to feel good.
It doesn't.
Well, the percentage of people who chose side A in this poll, Marvin Mims, as a player they're cutting in Dynasty, was 57%.
Oh, wow.
He got
57%.
it.
Dang.
Michael, your reasoning was exactly right, I would guess here.
Over.
Yeah, so Tim, unfortunately, you're outside of 15 percentage points. No points in this one. Joey, you're going to get 4 points for your bravery. And Michael, you are going to get 2 points for your math.
I'll take it. Tied up.
Tied up. Which brings
And
us
Tim
to
can still win.
11-7.
Yeah,
And Tim can
good.
still win because we're going into the final round. And the final round works a little differently than all the other rounds.
I need a pen.
You need a pen? Yeah. You need a pen and pencil, which we, of course, neglected to tell you.
While he's gone, The Dark Knight was like maybe the third best Batman movie. Okay.
Third best, wow. Specifically,
Lego Batman 1 is obviously the best.
Nobody tell him what I said.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man in second place. Nothing. No.
Something. I heard something.
No.
Some shit.
All right, so this one is going to work a little differently than the other ones. Each contestant is going to write down their percentage guess to this poll, and the closest contestant is going to get 5 points. If either of you or any of you have the same answer, you will share the reward or fate of each other. All right? So write down your guess, and then we'll reveal them all at once. But here's your poll. If you were running the Jets and able to lure all these dudes out of retirement if needed, who's leading your team this year? Big Ben, Zach Wilson, Phil Rivers, or Tom Brady? What percentage of the public chose Big Ben? Contestants, write down your guess. Closest contestant's going to win 5 points and the game, probably.
Who's Phil Rivers?
Phil with 1 L.
JL, you found some really interesting polls today. I'm loving these. Oh, man.
I don't come up with the polls. I just find them.
I haven't thought about Big Ben in like 2 years.
I know. The dude's been gone forever.
Oh, he thought about you, though. He's like,
Probably.
Why doesn't Joey call Scott Fish?
Man, I don't know where I'm going on this. Let's see. Okay.
Herm says, I hope 0%. Coming from a Steelers fan. Which I guess maybe that does make sense. That Steelers fans might not want Big Ben to come out of retirement to the Jets.
I don't know. It's a guess.
All right, contestants, you have your answers?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and reveal.
Oh, no.
Oh, come
Joey,
on.
13 from Michael and 7 from Tim. Was yours 13 or 31?
13.
13, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, pretty clustered.
Joey's pinched.
No, 8's good for me. I would win.
You would, but you're still pinched. That's a narrow window.
All right. Well, we got 9, 13, and 7% guesses here. We got a couple guesses in the chat. We got 0% from members, and we got Scampers with a 27% guess. A nice, healthy 27. And Craig with a guess of 35%. A blind guess of 35%.
Between 8 and 11.
All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Big Ben as the quarterback they would seduce out of retirement to come lead the Jets was 6%.
Oh,
brings it out.
Comeback win. Wow.
Go. I've had 6-2 and I raised it to 7.
Wow. Yeah, that was incredible. Well done. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today, man. That was a ton of fun.
Anytime. Even in defeat.
Even in defeat. Tim, congratulations on your enormous win. Congratulations. And congratulations on the chat for being the best.
Thanks, chat.
Fantastic. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out Better Sports Network. They have some fantastic content over there. Go check out Coop. He's just on our show last Friday. You all know Coop. He's also fantastic.
Like
no, a Coupe Fiasco. Different Coop. Coop. But that is there's a lot of Coops. Yeah, Coupe Fiasco. Yeah, you can check out all his content over there at Fantasy Alarm, Better Sports Network. And if you like this, hit that like button. Come back. We're here every single weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We never miss a day except for the days that we do. And make sure you follow Michael. Oh my gosh. Make sure you are following Michael because I love interacting with Michael on Twitter. He is one of us. He's always down to talk to
I mean, I'm sure you all are, but yeah, it's a lot of fun being here, man. Anytime.
We appreciate you coming on, Michael, and we can't wait to have you back. All right. Until tomorrow. We'll see you then.
What about like 2 o'clock in the morning? Would you be available then? No?
Not me. Yeah, what time zone are you in? That's